What's going on, guys? What's going on, 27 Squad? We've got another KB Sports Talk video for you. So, this may come out a little late, a little irrelevant at this point, but we are inching towards next Sunday, week 2, where the Pittsburgh Steelers will be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks, and then we'll get a real taste of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I'm telling you right now, guys, I've been saying this for months, and a lot of people were agreeing with me on this on streams about what I was saying about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been the most overrated team in the NFL. Okay, I grew up watching the Pittsburgh Steelers. I grew up in Pennsylvania, and I grew up watching the Philadelphia Eagles, of course, a rival team of mine. If you guys don't know, I'm a Giants fan. A rival team of mine, I had to watch Philadelphia, and I also had to watch a lot of Pittsburgh. So I know this team. I feel like I'm connected to this team. And I just can't help but notice how overrated they are. I don't know why people drink the Kool-Aid on the Pittsburgh Steelers all the time. Yes, they'll win the division. Yes, they'll make a playoff run. This and that. It doesn't matter to me. You know, they're not any different than the Cincinnati Bengals, who was also in their division, that always get ragged on for making the playoffs and getting knocked out in the first playoff game. How are the Pittsburgh Steelers any different? You know, Ben Roethlisberger won his Super Bowl. The last Super Bowl he won was in 2008. They haven't done anything since then. They've made playoff runs. They've looked good in the regular season, and they completely dwindle out. And not to mention, even in the regular season, when they look good, they still lose to garbage teams. I believe they lost twice to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Mike Glennon at quarterback. They lost to Miami twice, I believe, when they were bad in those past years as well. And this is all within the past, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. Okay, and it's continuing. It's going to keep continuing. And on Sunday night really solidified what I think of the Patriots, what I think of the Steelers this season. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think the Steelers are going to be this terrible throughout the whole year? No, this is the New England Patriots. They look extremely good. I mean, the New England Patriots are seriously threatening going 16-0 against this year. I'm not joking. But this was an absolute embarrassment. This was a potential AFC Championship AFC Championship matchup or AFC Divisional matchup, and potentially a number 1 and number 2 seed going at it. But it's not, the Pittsburgh Steelers aren't living up to that whatsoever, aren't living up to everybody else's expectations, who they always have these expectations of the Steelers every year, especially when they face the Patriots. Everybody always think the Steelers are going to have a chance against the Patriots. When has that ever happened? Every time the Patriots and the Steelers have matched up, especially in the regular season, the Patriots have dominated the Steelers. And they showed that this Sunday. Now, if I could summarize what I saw on Sunday from the Pittsburgh Steelers, from Randy Fitchner, whatever offensive coordinator they have there, I don't even know who the hell that guy is. If I could summarize their offense, I would have to say it's a 12-year-old kid playing Madden who's frustrating. He's getting blown out, so he's just going to throw it up deep every single time and just hope for something to happen. Otherwise, he's rage quitting the game. That's exactly what I seen on Sunday from the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. They were in empty set formations, I want to say 90% of the game. 90% of their offensive snaps were from the empty set. They started off running the ball, and I don't know what happened. They just completely abandoned it. Like James Conner was going to do nothing, or Samuels was going to do nothing. You know, you still have to run the ball even when it doesn't work. So you can set up play action. You can make the pass work. They were in empty set. I mean, tell me if you guys agree with me. Tell me what you guys saw on Sunday night. What you saw from their offense was similar to what you see in Madden. These little kids playing Madden, just going 4 verticals and just throwing it up there. How many times did Ben Roethlisberger throw it deep to James Washington? And I was rooting for it. James Washington and Dante Moncrief are on my fantasy team, and I started them because I thought, I was filling, drinking the Kool-Aid on them, saying, oh, these guys, I was reading all the fantasy analysts saying, oh, these guys are going to work out against the Patriots. Just keep that in mind, all that stuff, start them. Dante Moncrief dropped, 3 or 4 passes. There are receivers that don't drop 3 or 4 passes in a season, let alone a game. Dante Moncrief looked terrible on Sunday. James Washington was fine. He had a bit of separation. His speed is a little overrated. You know, those cornerbacks were able to stick with James Washington. There were a couple times he was able to break out. But Ben Roethlisberger can't throw a deep ball anymore. Ben Roethlisberger just doesn't have it anymore. I don't see Ben Roethlisberger throwing a good deep ball. You know, he throws it up and it stays in the air. It goes far up in the air, but the objective is to get it with a distance, not vertical. The vertical distance. It went far up in the air and it felt like forever until the ball came down. It was just bad. The Steelers defense. Mike Tomlin needs to be on the hot seat as far as the coaching position goes. This is enough. Enough is enough from Mike Tomlin. He's lost the team. Between the Le'Veon Bell situation, between the Antonio Brown situation, you can tell he's lost this team. This team is not unified by Mike Tomlin. He's lost this team. He's lost the inspiration for this team. Okay, he's a defensive-minded head coach. If they really go out there and they play for him, why is the defense every single year one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL? And as far as last night, they weren't good in the front seven either. They were non-existent. Bud Dupree, Cameron Hayward, these guys, non-existent. So where are these guys? You know, Devin Bush looked fine. He didn't look fantastic. He didn't jump off the page. I barely noticed Devin Bush on Sunday. Where are these playmakers on your defense, Mike Tomlin? You're a defensive-minded head coach. You know, I still question why Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin. I believe he's a leader. But Stephen A. Smith says it all the time. If you don't have a good coaching resume, why are you coaching the NFL? He loves Mike Tomlin. He just contradicts himself there. Mike Tomlin had 1 year as a Minnesota defensive coordinator. 1 year with Minnesota. Gets this Pittsburgh Steelers job, and ever since, when has the Steelers defense ever been top-notch? This defense has never been top-notch. We always hope for it. We always hope that the Steelers defense are going to be good because usually that is the last piece of the puzzle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Usually their offense is balling out, but they're constantly in these shootouts because the defense is so bad. But that's not the case this year. It seems like they're going to have two crutches, the offense and the defense. So I don't know how they're going to carry their way to the playoffs. But you guys let me know. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been the most overrated team over the past couple years, and they're going to do the same thing this year. They may make the playoffs. They may win the AFC North. But they're not going to do anything else. That's it. They're going to be the same Pittsburgh Steelers you see every year. They're probably going to lose 1 or 2 games to absolute terrible teams like top 5 pick teams. Haven't looked at their schedule yet, but I can almost guarantee you they're going to lose another game to a top 5 pick potential team that is just absolutely terrible. I don't know if they play Miami this year. I don't know if they play the Cardinals this year. They're going to lose to a crappy team. I guarantee you. And I'll be right here letting you guys know about it. That being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video.